Welcome back, Lancers. Today we are back again with another video of our C tutorial series. In this video we will be covering the next looping type, that is do while loop. We have already covered for loop, while loop, and this time we will be covering do while loop. In this video we will be covering the theory part of a do while. Also, we will compare do while with while loop, and we will see what is happening behind the scene in our programs. We will perform very basic programs like infinite program or printing program, number printings program. We will also see few tips and tricks in do while that are very much needed and comes through experience. Now, without further ado, let's get right into the video. So our video is about do while, which is the third type of loop we are studying. We have already covered for loop and also we have covered while loop. So we will compare do while with while loop. You will say why? Because you see both has a while keyword in that. In while loop, what we do? In while loop, first of all, there is a condition that is provided to the program, that is fed to the program by the programmer, and then the condition is checked. If that condition is true, then the statement inside while loop executes. Otherwise the program terminates. This is what happens in while loop. In do while, the basic goal of the program is same, that we have to do a task repetitive times, but the way of achieving that goal is different. Why? Because in do while there is a do, and in that first the statements are executed, and after that the condition is checked, and if that condition is true, then these statements will execute once more. After that again the condition will check, and if they are true, the condition will the statement will execute once more, and this goes on until the condition become false. So let's see now what is the basic algorithm of do while. So you see, this is the basic algorithm of a do while. Now do while is very easy to understand. If you imagine this do while complete algorithm as an English sentence, let's see, do this statement while this condition is true. If this condition is false, terminate this program. Let us read that again. Do this statement. If that, after that, check the condition. While this condition is true, execute the statement again. But if the condition is false, terminate the program. This is what happened in do while. You see, in while and do while, both are very much equivalent, or you can say that both are very much same, but the way of achieving the goal is different in both the scenarios. Now let us compare while and do while. So this is a while loop and this is a do while. Both are algorithms of the while and do while. Now you see, in while loop, first of all there is a condition. The condition is checked. If the condition is true, then the statement is executed. If the condition, and after that again the condition is checked. Again, if the condition is true, the statement is executed, and again the condition is checked. And if the condition becomes false, it terminates the program. In do while, the procedure to achieve this goal is something different. In that, first of all, we check the statement, or we do the statement. First of all, do this statement. After that, what happens? This statement, after executing the statement once, the program, or you can say the compiler, check the condition is true or false. If the condition is true, then the statement is executed again. If the condition is false, then the program will terminate. Now till now you have understand the basic concept of do while, but you can see a very good flaw in the do while, and that is that if the condition is false for default, you can say that by default the programmer has programmed the condition false, then also in do while one statement will execute it one time. Statement will execute one time, but in the while loop, or you can say in for loop, the statement cannot be executed if the condition is false by default. So the minimum number of execution possible in while loop and for loop is 0, but in do while it is not 0, but rather it is 1. This is a basic difference between while and do while. So now let us move to the syntax of do while. It is very simple. First of all, we have a do. This is a keyword here. After that, in do, this is a do block. Inside this do block, we have statements like print, printf, scanf, and many more, whatever we want to do. And in that only we have a iterator. This is important. We have already know what is iterator. Iterators are the changing of variables from one value to another, so that the new value will be checked in the condition which is provided by the programmer. This is the iterator. This is the work of iterator, or you can say the function of a iterator. So now, after that iterator changes the value of the initialized variable, the new variable or the new value of that variable will be checked in this condition. And again, if it is true, then again this do the statements inside the do loop or do block, it will execute. And if this condition is false, then the program will terminate. Now let us move to the VS Code and understand a few programming examples, so that we can clear our mind how do while works. Also, we will compare while and do while in the same program, and we will see the basic difference between them. So here we are back to our VS Code, and now we will be programming the do while examples. First of all, we will program an example where we have to print the numbers from 1 to 10. Now let's first say in what we will take in do while. First of all, we will take a variable int I, which will act as our iterator variable. After that, I will initialize I with 1, because we are starting it from 1 to 10. After that, what we have to do, we will do what we have to do. Okay, sorry. Yes, we will do. Now what we have to do, we will do right here in the do block. We will print the value of I. Sorry, yes. Now we will print the value of I, and also we will increase the value by 1 by using this statement I++ operator. After that, we will provide the while part, which will give a condition something like this, that we have to print until I becomes 10, that is I is smaller than equals to 10, and we will end it with a semicolon. And when we will run this program, we will get output something like this, 1 to 10. You see, it is not showing that because I have not stated here \n, and now we will run it. 1 to 10, it is printing. This same program is implemented in while loop. It looks something like this. You see, while I is I is smaller than equals to 10. While I is smaller than equals to 10, we have to print the value of I and I++. So both the programs are same. You can see here, if we will run this program, we will get the same output here. Now what will happen if we give something error in this while condition? That is, by default it will give a value of false boolean value, that is, it is not true in the default case only. Let's say I is equals to 100. Now you see, I have given I is equals to 1, so the point of I being 100 is 0. That is, it is impossible that if I declare a variable value is 1, and we cannot say that that value will be 100 without giving any value or without changing the value of that variable. So here it is 1 is equals to 100. Now let's just run this program and see what will happen. You see, nothing happened. Why? Because in the initial condition, the initial condition was false. That is why this loop was not able to execute single time. This was the very basic concept, that if this condition is false, this loop will not execute a single time. And this comes true here because I is equals to 100 is completely false condition. And what it will happen if we give the condition here something like that, a false condition, I is equals to 100. Now let's run this program and you will see that we will get 1 as the output. Why? Because before checking that condition, the 1 is already printed because of this do block. So now understand what is happening. First of all, the do block is executing a single time. First of all, the do block is executing a single time. After that, the value of I or the iterator variable is changing. And that value of I is checked in that condition. If that condition becomes true, the do block will execute again. And again the value of I will change and it will checked in that while condition again. If now the condition becomes false, the do block, or you can say the program, will terminate and the logic will terminate, that complete logic will be terminated. So this is what is do while. Now let us see where we use do while. Mostly we use do while in using infinite loops. Let's say I want to print hello StudyLance for infinite times. So for that, what we will do? We will do print StudyLance. Also we will give a tab escape sequence while true. You see, sorry, and then here you see, okay, not true, here 1. By default we are giving a true value. We have already know that 0 is known as false value, and true value, any number other than 0 is a true value. Now if we will run this program, you see StudyLance will be printed. You see here the StudyLance is printing infinite in an infinite loop. This is what we have programmed. You will see in our mini project that we will be holding, or we will be making in our future videos, that how we will use do while in a menu driven programs. Now for now, let's wrap up this video with this. Also let's check one thing. Let's escape this one. Yeah, now if we will give a 0 here, that is the false value, it will execute only a single time. Now let's run this program, hitting the run button, and you see it will print only a single time, because in do while it prints single time. It doesn't matter this condition is true or false. In do while the statement will be executed a single time. So for that, for now, let's wrap up this video. Thank you for watching. Peace.